Hey guys, welcome back. I think this is something like part 2 of the Posterius Chemicals greenfield or retrofit or upgrade of a factory. We're going from a chemical manufacturing to a fully automated CNC machining center. We're going to do that in steps. And if you remember here, as of part 1 in the introduction, we had designed our warehouse. We were going to start with the incoming goods, store them here. We have created our pallets with the cylinders on top. We have put them into the buffers. You guys remember that? So we created the buffers and everything else. And we had them moving. We also said that we were going to start like this, and we were going to have a area for the forklifts. So this is going to be human operated for now. And we were going to have a reserved area for where they would go charge, etc. Now, I believe in Visual Components, you don't have a charging function for a forklift. Maybe you do actually. In any case, and then so we're going to do that part, how to do movements with forklifts or humans and transport controllers and so forth. That's one step. And then we're gonna start making a general layout for the factory. Or what we could do is we could just make the buffer in area and start there. I think that should be enough for part 3. All right, so let's get going. I'll move this over here. I've upgraded my setup from the non-existent ad revenue that we've had. I now have 2 screens. In any case, if we close off, and you guys might have remembered, we were doing this and everything was working fine, right? And that's beautiful. Now, I don't actually need to delete any of the links, but I just want to do it for clarity's sake. If we look at what components we have, how are we going to structure this? Well, first and foremost, in Visual Components, you have something called the Process Modeling Transport Controllers, where if we're going to use a forklift, we use a Vehicle Transport Controller. If we're going to use an AGV, we use a Mobile Robot Transport Controller. And if we're going to use human transport controllers, we're going to operate humans. In any case, all this is a bit of logic. So it encapsulates a lot of Python scripts and a lot of functionality. For example, you're going to see later on, the robot transport controller will do a lot of the programming, etc., based off of how you connect the flow. You can technically do the same by programming it yourself and looking for signals and so on and so forth. But the robot transport controller will just automate that programming part. And the same goes with vehicle transport controllers and so on. So we're going to, this guy doesn't really do anything other than it lets you, the logic of course, but it lets you assign which forklift you want to use, which resource what you want to use in this, right? So that's a little bit how that guy works. Have a couple of strategies here in terms of how it will transport. 1-to-1 is you have, it's going to transport from one place to another. 1-to-many, you're transporting from one place to potentially many places. Many-to-one is, when you're aggregating stuff, it could be coming from many different places. You want to put it in one place, and many-to-many is just so self-explanatory. It's important you just go through this. Well, let's call it a good name: vehicle or forklift warehouse forklift controller. That's a good descriptive name. Let's see, pick time, place time, sure, all of that stuff. If you're going to use a tool, we're not going to use a tool. Don't have anything connected yet. And so in any case, so this guy, it's not a physical object per se. It doesn't matter where you have it, but just make sure that you have it accessible. Let's have him over here for now, just so that we can manipulate him later on. Okay, then we need a forklift resource. Jesus, this guy's enormous. Does he even? I mean, he goes in. It's a little bit ugly, but okay. Fork span. Is this? No. 800. Or what was it? I think 600 if you want to get in underneath these guys, huh? So let's see. Yeah, exactly. And of course, if we play now, nothing's gonna happen. You have so when you've placed the forklift, you want to tell the robot, the forklift transport controller, that I want you to control this guy. And so you can either do it, if you have many different controllers, etc., you can do it like this, right? Or if you only have one type, you can do connect all resources. And then down here, you're going to get warehouse forklift connected, blah, blah, blah. So that's good. And then as soon as you run it, you suddenly start getting obstacles, etc. And this will become very important later on. But for now, we can leave it there. Okay, then what? Now what do I do? Okay, so this guy's connected. And so now all we want to do, there's a couple of ways to do it, but we will start with, in the flow editor, you want to click on this guy that says, okay, you are now going to use the forklift transport controller as your controller, or the one that is going to do all of the simulations, all the calculations for the transport between feeder and the buffer. And so if we now run it, this should work. Are we getting any errors in the output? No, but it's a little bit complicated, huh? I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. So let's put this guy over here for now. Let's close him. So he doesn't have an option. Again, ugly. I apologize, guys, So what are we seeing here? There's a couple of, it's going very deep in. Very deep in. Look at that. And then, of course, the warehouse is telling you an error because the buffer always wants a next step. In any case, so this is working for now. Look, you even have... And so what happens now? He's picking this up really in the ugliest way possible. But that's because it has to do with transport. No, I don't think it has to do with transport locations, actually. Look at that. Horrible. I think it has to do with this guy, and it does. So if you look at this guy, when you create a product, when you create a product, it gets stored in here. And then it says, okay, I want you to, the object gives the command to the world that, okay, this node here can do transport out. And I want you to the location of the product that I just created that I want you to transport is at the resource location. Now, I don't know if I can show it to you. I should be able to. There we go. Look at that. That's the resource location. And so, of course, the forklift will go until it's above this. If we now do 1,500, for example, here, create an offset for the forklift on where to pick it up. There you go, because it's gonna go center on this puppy. Show these? I guess not, huh? In any case, just keep that in mind, huh? And the same here. Same here. We need a much larger offset. 1,500. 1,500. Beautiful. Look at that. So it works. It works. I just want to see if we get an error on the top shelf. No errors. So this works beautifully. Cool. Now we want to add, if you look at the metadata, when dedicated pathway areas, tools, idle or charging locations are needed, connect the components to the associated transport controller. So I have in navigation, I have a charging location that I want. Now, as we described previously, right? So I want to show, and I mean, this is absolutely not according to any kind of safety laws, because I mean, I'm going to charge by flammable pallets. It's not very smart, but in this world, we're allowed to do that. There's no safety laws in visual components. Got to deal with it. In any case, so there we are. And we put ourselves here. And according to, we wanted to select this guy and tell him to go there. Now, here is also important to do one other thing. If you want him to go there when it's charging or when it's idling, you need to add this Boolean. You need to have that little box clicked in. And here we have warehouse charging station. Good names, good life. So what we could do here now, just to simulate this, we could have him on 2,000. It's going to pick him up once. And so let's see, power, we want to have him enabled. You have certain values here, blah, blah, blah. Idle consumption, okay. So that's not working. Okay, sorry guys. Absolutely right. Connect. I don't want to do this, but fine. Interfaces. If I now check, I have that one connected there. And if I want to see, okay, so idle charging locations, look at that. So if I now see idle charging locations on this one, when I open up the interfaces, the attachment, or yeah, in any case, I mean, this gets connected that way. It helps out in debugging if something happens. He goes there, and now what happened? If you look at this, it gave us an error. It says, "Oh, sorry, this is too big," and that is because we had a collision. We had a collision. Maybe what we want to do is we want to make it a little bit tinier. And approach distance, maybe we want to do it at oh, look at that. So maybe we want to put him like this, because he will back out. And I'm pretty sure you can change these variables later on. Yeah, look at that. That's why we're getting this issue. Because this forklift is massive. Not the prettiest thing on the planet, but still believe he collided over there. So it takes a little bit of I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I mean, you could play around with this all day long. So yeah. But this is the case for now. I'm gonna put him a little bit. I want him to be more responsible. If I do 1,000, or if I do, let's do this 4,000. So he needs to go to this area before he starts turning. And now we should not have an error, because now there you go. Look at that. You got a collision anyway. Oh well. You could always kind of, let's see here, if we do the fork, if we do it to 200, no, that's not what I wanted. 200, 2,500 was good. What I meant was, can I make the forks shorter? And because I'm getting the collision warning when it goes in there, huh? If I do this, if I reduce the fork span, no, still crashing. Oh well. These things are, we can fine tune this later on. Yes, it pisses me off, but I think I have to live with that, huh? Maybe if I make it a little bit larger, I guess. Could work. Nope. Not at all. Now I'm just playing with values, and I'm not comfortable with that. So we're gonna leave it like this for now. Okay, guys? Good. So where were we? Not only that, I could ask him to back up. Again, oh, I know what you guys are thinking. Hugo, you fucking idiot. Go on. But look at that. Now he backed in. I can keep some tighter tolerances. There you go. Look at that. Now we're talking. On the fly ingenuity. There you go. There you go. Less ugly. Like it. Now I like it much more. All right, so we got that going on. And then what else did we say we were going to do? So if we take a look again here at our OneNote, our beautiful. So now we have the charging station and an idling station. This is working somewhat. We will fix this later on. Now we want to send the products to the buffer in. To the buffer in here. So that's our next step. So what do we want to do? We want to maybe have a road here or something. What do you guys think? So maybe this is a road for trucks or something. And so maybe we put the, or we space it out a little bit more to really justify having a forklift. Huh? And then maybe at some point we see that we need so many forklifts we can have a bay here of some sort. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So, okay, good. Then if we go back down to cell graph and we visualize this puppy, and we do 200 times 200 because talking a little bit more stuff now. And we maybe start drawing what utilities do we have, fences, walls, indoor walls, shore, top window height. Oh, I don't remember what the hell I did last time, but bear with me, guys. Bear with me. So more or less what I think we're going to do So what I want us to start doing here, how was it this worked? I think it was something around here, huh? Something like this. Then let's populate components. This is very small, but it'll work. And then, of course, we want to have a couple of doors. Rounded ends, cool. You want to have a couple of, there you go. Ooh, look at that. That's new to me. I had no idea you could do that. Oh, that wasn't on purpose. Let's delete this guy. Oh, shoot. I see what just happened. These are all indoor walls. It's not what we want. To have an outside door, of course, that we need to do an outside wall. So I'm a little bit stupid. I apologize very much for that. Also because now we've lost more or less our reference. But boom, boom, boom. Populate. There we go. So now we can take all of these and we can say, okay, I want you to have a doorway here, right? I mean, we remember this. Now if we take all of these puppies, can we do the same here? Hide back faces. Ooh, cool. Anyways, so this is our buffer area for now. So probably what we're gonna do is later on, I'm gonna delete this, but for now, just imagine that we are gonna have incoming, buffer, outgoing. And I wonder if we take a look down here again. I wonder how we want to execute this. Do we want to do it in the same way as before? Or do we want to do a station that removes cylinders and stacks them ready to go? Do we want something like that? Or do we want them still on the pallet and then you just shove them in? Now, if I want to be the best machining center in the world, I would consider destacking them from my wooden pallet and restacking them inside on a plastic pallet that I can trace with either RFIDs or whatever else. And so I have an internal flow that is never affected by the outside. But however, to do that, I would probably change the washing. So buffer, they come in, they're all stacked, and then so maybe that's what we will do. Maybe we will change the position of these two, huh? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What if I just connect this puppy right here? And that becomes our washing station. And actually what we could do is we could just have washing here like that. And have, so the flow would go like this in there. But then if we need to buffer them, either like that or here. I kind of like this more, to be totally honest. That gives us the ability to play around with a couple of more cranes and whatnot. Start doing assemblies on a different level. But for now, let's just put it in here and just take into consideration that for the next one, we're going to redo our buffers, okay? So let's undo all of that beautiful drawing. And so let's just very simply showcasing just another buffer. Done this before, repetition, repetition, repetition. And here we go into warehousing. And maybe, you know what, maybe we start preparing ourselves for, maybe we start preparing ourselves. Come on, there we go. There we go. Flow in resource location, we already know that that's not going to work if we have a flipping truck. Okay, that's not going to work. This work? No, not that either. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Because here I would have a conveyor and whatnot. So maybe I just maybe I just copy the same guy. He's gonna be much smaller. So actually, ooh, this is a hard one. This is a hard one because this is good. You will place him here. This is gonna be good for washing. I'm a bit torn. I'm a bit torn. Maybe we go with this for now, and maybe, maybe we even, you know what? You know what? This is what we're gonna do. It's gonna come in here. F1, F2. $1,500. 1,500. And just to make sure this thing even works, take a look at our. So what we want to do now is we want to tell the palette that you are gonna go to these. And you both of you, sorry, both of you, gonna use a warehouse forklift. And so what we're gonna do now later on, which is actually a pretty good exercise, we're gonna have this flow as optional. Actually, let's do it now. So in reality, the flow that we want is from the feeder, from warehouse in, directly to the stack. That's what we actually want. But we're saying, okay, first you want to go into the warehouse storage space and then to the stack. But that's not what we want. We want these guys. We want this guy. We want that flow. And now I did something strange. Let's clear the links. Palette unused. You guys are not used. Stop it. Huh. Okay. Didn't work this time around. In any case, all I want to put is I want to have you. There you go. There you go. This is what I meant. So I'm going to go from warehouse in. I think this is working actually. And so I want to do this guy. This guy's optional. There you go. There you go. Look at that. What a beauty. Now, I know this guy's confusing. All this means is that it does not have a transport link, and it's not supposed to have a transport link because you're not going to go to the stack, back to the stack. That makes no sense. Usually in society, we've learned that a red X is a bad thing. In this case, it just means, it could be a really bad thing, actually. But normally it's just telling you that there's no transport link. So let's see. I'm gonna go over there. It's gonna take another one. Jesus Christ, he's speeding. No. This is wrong. Look at that. This is very wrong. And not only that, look at the location. It's even worse. Completely unacceptable, driver. Jesus, we already, it's been what? It's been a day, not even, and we can't keep on hiring you. This is ridiculous in any case. So Flow, resource, stack direction. How would this be? We would do 0 on this. And we would do 0 on this as well, I believe. Oh, no. I was wrong. I was very wrong. Take a deeper look. What are we saying? Slot count 1. Oh. Oh. Slot count 1. Slot count 1. Stack direction X. And the slot length 1200. I'm not sure. There we go. There we go. Still wrong. Huh. Why are you being silly, sir? What's going on here is when it's receiving the material, it's good that you guys are seeing all of this, because then, you know, we need to debug this. We need to figure out what the hell is going on here. Pick offsets. There's nothing going on here. What's going on? What are we doing over here? Nothing. This should be god dang working. I'm gonna tell you, something is iffy. And I think it has to do with this. I think it has to do with that. So we'll change 1. See, so he's stacking it this way, stacking it that way. What is it you're stacking it on? You're stacking it on the slot frame. Slot frame. Something regarding this, I guess. No. 90. And then what was it we had as well? Slot length is 1000. Will that change something? Should. Oh, it's good. Whoa, mama. Let's take a look. Go advanced mode. Here we go. Look at this frame. Yeah. If I do him 0, still wrong. Take a look. Okay. Something here. Something about how it's doing the stack direction. This is very interesting. Ooh, maybe if I, what if I, oh, hmm, no clue, boys. No clue. I mean, if I do 0 here, then I say, okay, the product orientation is 90. Still flipping over. It is still flipping over. And I know it has something to do with this, because if you look the X direction here and the Y direction here, they don't go together. So I know it's something to do with that. Having said that, okay, fine. You know, I surrender, sir. Screw it. Screw it. 900, 1300, slot step 900. There we go. And you know, I don't know, it's two. We can fit 2 of these in here. So, you know, it's not bad. It's just yeah. It's a little strange, I have to say. I have to say, my dear friends, I find it very, very strange. Slot spacing 900. What will this do to us? Ah, aha. Then this, if I do slot spacing 0, 1 here, 0 here, and we do 100. Now I've overrode something. There we, dude, seriously? Seriously? Now it works? Now it works? Flip. Absolutely ridiculous. Can't believe now it works after all of this. After all of this. Oh, and then of course, I mean, we want to have width 1,000 maybe. Wait, 1,000. 1,000 is good. So yes, so this worked now, and why? No clue. No clue. No clue. 100 is leaving it way too far out. Probably due to this boy. Probably. It's good enough for now. unless we do 1200, that's fine, and then we do 1500 so that it's really leaving in the right place now, because 1500 is how he places it normally. So this works, strangely enough. Don't ask. Don't ask. All right. Well, see what happens if we do 2. That's 1. That is 2. 10. Whoa! Bam! Are we crashing into each other? We kind of are, huh? So this is what the slot spacing would be doing. Yes. I get 1. Still inside of each other. I don't like that. Don't like it. Oh, you know what? There we go. And then this can be 1,000, and this can be 100, and now this will work. That's 1. It's 2. See how they're touching now? So for now, if I now do 1,000, just so we have a little bit of space. Man, I'm sorry for this, guys. I will put it up anyways, just to show you that, it's still a lot of touchy, huh? And then, of course, if I want to understand what the hell I've done here, what am I getting? I'm getting 560 maybe, or is it 1,000 all the way? No, it's 500, 600 maybe. Do you have any value that would go with that somehow? Maybe not. Slot length of 1,300. 0. What happens then? No difference. Now 1,200. Slot width, it's 800. Let's call it that. 1 row, 1 column. Slot length spacing, slot step, slot length spacing 0. I guess it's because no difference. All right. This is gonna be it for now. I mean, if you want to watch it, we can actually watch it fill up. I do want to highlight that I'm not, if I do detailed simulation, it won't jump. I hope it'll still jump. Come on, buddy. Don't jump. Don't want to jump, man. It's a little bit funny. In any case, we'll fix that for next time. I mean, I'm sure there's something we can calibrate here to fix it. sure we can calibrate it somehow to fix this. And not only, yeah, stack direction. It's in the Y direction, right? I don't, in reality. Let's go back to 33. Oi. Oh, now we fucked up. Look at that. So no, so the direction was correct. There we go. You. So I was thinking what we could do is we could have one of these here in the beginning, and then it'll actually, yeah, exactly. And we'll have, you know what we will do? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have two here, and then we're gonna have two rows. No, sorry. We're gonna have two columns. We're gonna have, there you go, two rows. There we go. And we're gonna have the machine. I'm starting to see stuff. This one's a little bit strange. Starting to see stuff. This guy. No? Okay. And the timing here, it's a little bit, you know, it keeps on penetrating this thing. You can fix this. You can say charge limit, recharge, idle consumption. You have how many seconds times to idle. Here you go. You can do 30 seconds to idle. I think he's never going to go to idle, which is good. There we go. I guess it looks weird because we're running it so fast. Exactly. This looks weird because we're running really fast. Perfect. Take your bloody. We should add it. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. We need to change this, buddy. Unacceptable behavior. Going just microcharging like that. On the other hand, you know. All right. Good. So I think this is more or less it. We're gonna cut it here. As you can see, we added one small thing, and then things really start going sour. But you'll see. We will add a crane here. It'll start stacking stuff. This will be the washing. It's gonna be fantastic. You guys are gonna, and then we're gonna have that the pallets will leave. So what we will do we will do this now actually. So we will make this into a one stop again. Reset all of this. Perfect. Yes. Slot count 2. 2 is fine. This thing is annoying. What is this thing showing us? Yeah, these are just robot stuff. This is not very helpful. In any case, what if I do? No, it doesn't go anywhere. Does not go anywhere. Oh. anyways, we're gonna what I was saying. So let me do this before we leave. I'm gonna have one guy for the wooden pallets. So we're gonna remove the wooden pallets once they've been used. So this is gonna be pallet flow rack, and this is gonna be our factory buffer again. Pallets are gonna come in, offloaded. The wooden pallet will be put here and out. Having said that, I think that we will change it to a more conventional way of doing it. This just doesn't make too much sense, if I'm totally honest. We will probably do some kind of crane assembly. Yeah. So let's see what we can come up until next time, huh? Thank you and enjoy, guys.